back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an exciting video that is long overdue. This is going to be my December/Christmas book haul. I was very kindly gifted a lot of bookish things in December from my family, from my friends, from myself, because I bought myself quite a few things. So this is probably going to have to be split into two parts because there are so many books. So this is part one, and I'm going to go through a lot of the books I was given from publishers in this one and some of the books that I was gifted, and then part two will be the rest of the books I was gifted and all of the books that I got for myself with Christmas money, with vouchers that I was given, stuff like that. First off is something that is not bookish, but it's something I always get comments on from you guys when I wear it, and that is a necklace. I was gifted this necklace from my dad for Christmas, my dad, my stepmom and my brother, and they got this from an Etsy seller who is called Baku Forest Studios. I will link them down below. They are my all-time favourite Etsy shop. I love the stuff that they make there. It's fantastically cutesy and lovely and kind of weird too. As you can see, this is a walrus. You might recognise this one, which is my manatee necklace, super cute. And my dad also got me this one for Christmas, which is a little goldfish. It's so cute, so I love them. They are adorable and I am just very happy to have them. So as I say, if you are interested in buying from the seller, I will link her down below because her shop is just fantastic and they're all pretty reasonably priced. I actually bought my mum one of these necklaces for Christmas, which is so cool. I love it. I might buy myself it as well at some point, but yeah, I love her stuff, so I can't recommend her highly enough. And thank you to Dad for getting me those two necklaces because I love them. Now on to all the books. So first up, stuff I was sent by publishers in December, so not necessarily Christmas stuff, just stuff that I received in December from publishers and haven't yet shown you. So the first thing I have is actually the most recent thing. This only turned up yesterday, which is technically January, but we're going to put it in this haul, and that is this book, which is Wind Witch. It's published by Macmillan, and this one was sent to me out of the blue. I hadn't requested this one, but I was very happy to get it because it is the second one in the Witchland series, and I have read the first one, Truth Witch, a while ago. I'll try and find my review and link it for you below. It's by Susan Dennard. It's about these two girls who are best friends, and one of them has the power to see truth, which is a really rare skill. So they get chased by these nasty people trying to capture her so that they can use her for whatever it is they want to do. I've enjoyed the first one in the series. I felt like it was a lot of setup and I thought that the second book would be better, so I am very happy to have a copy so that I can read it and see if it is better, which hopefully it will be. So looking forward to this. Hopefully I'll read it very soon. This one comes out in January the 12th, I believe. The next one I was sent was from Oxford University Press, and this is Carol Dyehouse's Heartthrobs, A History of Women and Desire. This one they contacted me about and I'd never heard of it, but it sounded really interesting. It says, a story of female desire and fantasy told through the cultural history of the heartthrob. From Byron to boy bands, feminists have commonly represented women as objects of the male gaze. This book looks at men through the eyes of women. Carol Dyehouse considers the shifting fantasies of desirable masculinity that Western women have consumed and produced over the last 150 years. The book ranges fluently across literature, film, music and television. Heartthrobs is erudite, accessible, funny and invaluable, a genuinely insightful and enjoyable work of cultural history. It sounds really interesting. I'm definitely intrigued by the idea of it. It's a non-fiction, so that's always a kind of plus for me at the moment. I'm really loving non-fiction. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. It comes out on the 9th of February, so fairly soon. And this one again just turned up out of the blue. It is the graphic novel adaptation of Kindred, which is Octavia Butler's book that I actually read, I think a month or two ago now. Loved the book. And this one was sent to me by Abrams. They just sent it in the post. It looks pretty cool so far. I've had a flick through the illustrations. Pretty nice, pretty colourful. So I'm excited to read it again in graphic novel format. This one comes out on the 10th of January, so it's probably already out by the time you're watching this, because that is only tomorrow. It's a very emotional and exciting look at slavery. It's done with a slight sci-fi twist, but it's mostly a historical fictional book that really delves into the problems with slavery in America, and I loved the ideas in the book. I thought it was beautiful, so I hope it's been really nicely translated into graphic form, and the illustrators for this are Damien Duffy and John Jennings. The next book I have was sent to me by Unbound, and this is The Good Immigrant. I believe this came out in September, so a fair while ago, but I'm definitely interested in it. I saw this on a couple of other people's channels recently, and I believe it's a collection of 21 different essays and stories. It says 21 writers explore what it means to be Black, Asian and minority ethnic in Britain today. These are all of the different authors who are included, I'm assuming. The Good Immigrant explores why immigrants come to the UK, why they stay, and what it means to be other in a country that doesn't seem to want you, doesn't truly accept you, needs you for its equality monitoring forms, and might prefer you if you won a major reality show competition. Living in Britain today, there are a lot of immigrants here. I'm totally fine with it, but I know that there are a lot of people in Britain and other places in the world who just don't accept immigrants and will not kind of understand their reasons for coming to the UK. The UK is a very good place to live at the moment if you are British, but it's not so great if you're not, and it's hard. So I would love to read and support these stories by these people who have come to the UK and maybe found things harder, and hopefully understand their stories and hopefully connect with that, because I do live in the UK, and although I am not an immigrant to the country, I have seen people immigrate here and be treated cruelly, and I don't support or want that. The next one I was sent is Neuromancer by William Gibson. This is a new edition that Galance are publishing. I think it's going to be the whole trilogy in this edition. They're going to look like this. I'm very much looking forward to this. I've never read any William Gibson, but I have been meaning to, and I do really like this edition that they brought out. I just think it's really beautiful with the sort of crazy futuristic setup of houses and like the sparkly foiling that's pink. It just looks really cool. The writer who gave us The Matrix and coined the term cyberspace produced a first novel that won the Hugo, Nebula and Philip K. Dick Award and lit the fuse on the cyberpunk movement. More than 3 decades later, Gibson's text is as stylish as ever, his noir narrative still glitters like chrome in the shadows, and his depictions of the rise and abuse of corporate power look more prescient every day. Part thriller, part warning, Neuromancer is a timeless classic of modern SF. It sounds really, really cool. I'm definitely going to be trying this soon, and I'm looking forward to giving it a go because I hear fantastic things about this from lots of different people. And the final one that I was sent from a publisher is The Fireman. This is by Joe Hill. Again, I was sent this one by Galance. I am really excited to give this a try because I wanted it when it first came out. I've heard fantastic things from everyone who's read it. I just discovered that there's a little note in here saying it's signed. Stevie! You're so kind. Look, it's signed. I didn't even know that until I just opened it. Thank you! Okay, so I've got a signed edition, even better now. The doctors call it Draco Incendia Trichophyton, but everyone knows it as Dragon Scale, an incurable spore that kills its host through spontaneous combustion. 1 million people have it. There's a fire on every street corner and hospitals have become funeral pyres. Civilization is disappearing fast into the smoke. Sunny, unflappable Harper Grayson is newly pregnant when she comes up marked and sure to burn, but her baby might be born uninfected, if she can live long enough to deliver. I mean, that sounds like one of the most interesting thrillers / horror books I've ever heard about, and the premise just really drew me in when I first heard him speak about it, so I'm so eternally grateful to have this. Thank you for getting me a signed copy, Stevie, you're amazing, and I can't wait to read it. So yeah, really, really looking forward to this, and should be good fun. So that is everything that I got from publishers. Now let's move on to some of the books that I was gifted. I'll do a few and then we'll end this and go on to part 2. The first 3 books were technically gifted to me by my mum, but she didn't actually choose them. I chose them. She just gave me a voucher for Waterstones. So I spent the voucher on 3 books. The first of those is this one, Fortune's Pawn by Rachel Back. I have heard nothing but amazing things from so many people about this, but particularly Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books. Probably 2 years now, maybe? A year and a half. She has been telling me to read this. She said it was amazing, that it was just one of her favourite ever books, particularly in science fiction, and I think I'm going to like it because we seem to have similar taste when it comes to that, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It says, Devi Morris isn't your average mercenary. She has plans. big ones, and a ton of ambition. It's a combination that's going to get her killed one day, but not just yet. Until she gets a job on a tiny trade ship with a nasty reputation for surprises. The glorious fool isn't misnamed. It likes to get into trouble. So much so that 1 year of security work under its captain is equal to 5 years anywhere else. With odds like that, Devi knows she's found the perfect way to get the jump on the next part of her plan. But the fool doesn't give up its secrets without a fight, and 1 year on this ship might be more than even Devi can handle. It sounds like it's going to be a rip-roaring kind of adventure in space, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. The cover is very cool with sort of sci-fi tech, so I hope that means that the book has a lot of that too. I'm looking forward to it, and I believe this is a trilogy, so if I like it, I will go on to the next ones. The next one I picked up is this one, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This is a book that I have been meaning to buy for a long time. I'd never read any Ray Bradbury, and I really wanted to start with this one because this is the most well known of his works, and I decided to just pick it up eventually because, yeah, why not? It says Fahrenheit 451 is the temperature at which book paper catches fire and burns. Guy Montag is a fireman. His job is to burn books which are forbidden, being the source of all discord and unhappiness. Even so, Montag is unhappy. There is discord in his marriage. Are books hidden in his house? The mechanical hound of the fire department, armed with a lethal hypodermic escorted by helicopters, is ready to track down those dissidents who defy society to preserve and read books. This book first was published in 1953, so way over 50 years ago, but so many people still talk about it. It's always cited as like one of those amazing books that you have to read, and I haven't yet, so I wanted to give it a go, and I'm very, very excited to do so. The next one I have is this one. It is one of the SF Masterworks, which I am trying to collect more of this year. It's by Joanna Russ and it's called The Female Man. I heard about this from Elizabeth on Books and Pieces. She is amazing, and I do tend to have sometimes really similar taste to her and sometimes not, but she has spoken about this book so many times and said it's amazing, and then we read a non-fiction by this author for Magical Space Pussycats in November, and I really, really liked that, so I decided I need to give her a try and read this book. So I picked it up. It says, Joanna's world is recognisable. It's very much like ours. So is Janine's, except that hers is the Second World War that never happened. The Great Depression is still going on, and inequality is even more rampant. But Janet's world is rather different. On the planet, while away, there is no problem of relations between the sexes, because there is only one. Janet is unfettered. She is free to lead her life as she wants, as an able and competent being, as a female man. It sounds like it's going to deal with gender in some really interesting ways. This originally came out in 1975, so it's quite an old one now, but I'm super excited to try it, and I'm definitely going to be trying to read a lot more SFF from pre-2000 this year, so this definitely falls into that category, and I'm super excited to try it out. So those are all the books that I'm going to include in this part. I'm now going to go off and film part 2, so that will be coming very, very soon. If you've read any of the books that I have just shown you, or if you're interested in any of them, please do let me know down below and tell me which ones to read first, because I'm so inundated with all these new books. I am struggling to decide where to begin, and I need your help, so please do let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. Do let me know what you got for Christmas or what you bought yourself for Christmas. I know a lot of us do that. And I will see you very soon in part number 2. Bye!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.